Hi YouTube, this is Eric and thanks for watching this video. Coming up, I have a special guest speaking on what it was like being a child having a mother that was an alcoholic. If you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel yet, it's all about mental health, mental illness, suicide awareness, sobriety, and just making sure that we can get through life together. So click the like and subscribe button right down there. Love to have you join us for the journey. Everybody who's subscribed so far, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Hi YouTube, this is Eric, and today I got a special guest. Her name is Paige, and we actually met through Twitter. She had posted something about her mother and been being proud of her mom for being sober. And one of the big things that I like to talk about on my channel and through social media is sobriety and helping others and rooting others along the way of being sober and changing their lives, because it is definitely a battle that's one day at a time. Sometimes it's 1 minute at a minute. It is a challenge, and it impacts so many other lives, not just the addicts. And so Paige was kind enough to do a video here for me, and I'm going to share it shortly, of what it was like being a child of a mom that was an alcoholic. Because, myself personally as an addict, we lose track sometimes of how we've affected others around us. It's not being selfish, but we have a ton of work to do for ourselves to get us back to where we need to be. So hearing somebody else share what it's like to be an addict and have that parent as an addict and what the changes were in their life is important. And it's important for even myself and others who, we've battled with addiction, to remember what it's like and how it affected the other ones around us. Because we do definitely tear down other lives around us, for sure. Paige's information for her channel is right down below. I have it in the comment section there. Definitely check out her page. Check out her different videos. I love what she's doing. Love what she's about. Brings a lot of awareness also to mental health. So, we're all in this together. Her sharing this was really heartfelt to me. And again, can't thank her enough for doing it, because we can make a difference in each other's lives. And the more awareness that we bring, the more that it lets everyone know that it's okay, and that when we do change, especially as an addict, everyone's lives around us change. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time for them to realize that, hey, this change is for good. Because most addicts, we've gotten sober, we've relapsed, we've gotten sober, we relapsed. We're full of lies, we're full of deceit, we're full of just selfishness of feeding this addiction. Here she is just sharing what it was like having a mom that was an alcoholic.
Hi guys, my name is Paige, and Eric has asked me to do what life was like before my mom got sober and what life was like after she got sober. So before she got sober, I'm not going to lie to you, my life was decent. I had a phenomenal childhood, and my mother is still to this day one of my absolute best friends. She is the most beautiful, kind, inspirational, warm-hearted person that I've ever met, and she would do anything to help anybody in any scenario. It doesn't matter what it is, and that didn't change just because she got sober. She drank quite frequently, but I tried to not pay attention to it as that much of a problem. I did my own research in my own time, and when I looked up liver transplants and liver failure and alcoholism, it just made me more concerned and more sad. And I remember the nights that I would sit in my bed and pray to God that she made it home safe. Pray to God that she was alive the following morning. And I would constantly text her, call her, and I know for a fact that I annoyed the crap out of her, but I didn't care. I just wanted to hear her voice or receive a text message saying that she was okay. And when she decided to go to rehab, it was like all of that emotion and time and effort just kind of like flooded out. And I couldn't help but cry. I was supportive when she said it to me, but when I drove home, I bawled my eyes out like a baby. And it's not because I was upset or irritated or anything like that. It was all of that emotion just finally being released and finally getting to the point where she wants to be sober and she wants to do this for herself. And finally, like, my words meant something. When she came home from rehab, it was like a whole new mom. I see a completely different person, and it's not a bad thing by any means. My mom is still that incredible, beautiful, warm-hearted, kind person, but I see a light in her that I haven't seen in a really long time. And when she first came home, I felt sense of relief and happiness. And I just want to explain that from my perspective as a child of an alcoholic, it's completely different watching your parent go through these things. My mom lived for me for years, and now that I'm an adult and I'm in my own house and I have like a husband and 4 children, it's different. She can live for her and do something for her now. And the fact that she decided to get sober just honestly made me feel accomplished. Like I did something right. It made me proud to be her kid. And I've always been proud to be her child. My mom is a very hardworking woman and I love her to death. And she would do anything for me. But when I saw her sober for the first time, it made me proud to be her child and proud of her, proud of all of her accomplishments. And she now has a year and a half sober, and I couldn't be more ecstatic. I couldn't be more proud, and I would shout it from the rooftops if I could. She works hard and she's doing it every single day, and I want to express that this is not an easy journey for somebody to go through. Sobriety is never an easy journey, and you're gonna have ups and you're gonna have downs. And as a child of an alcoholic, to see your parent go through those ups and downs, it's really hard and it's uncomfortable at times, and you don't know what to say or how to fix it. But that was my entire childhood, was not knowing how to fix the problem. And when she finally let me in enough to help, it changed my whole entire world. And it's a long journey, and it doesn't just affect the person that is drinking or taking a drug. And I'd like to say that my situation is 100% different. My mom's an alcoholic, she's not an addict, so when I look at this, there are so many people that have such different situations and worse off scenarios than I do. But when you finally see your parent sober, and it's just a feeling that I can't even express. It's beautiful, it's heartwarming, and it's that sigh of relief. I am now 24, and the immense happiness that I feel for her and the sense of pride that I have that that's my mom is incredible.
Again, Paige, thank you so much for sharing that, and I hope that you got something out of it. I mean, I really did. It was really heartfelt to hear what it was like having that mom who was an alcoholic, you know. And it's funny because it's not always bad. I mean, when a parent is, addicted, or somebody's addicted, it's not necessarily always negative and bad on those around them. Like, as you could hear from Paige, that her experience with her mom wasn't always necessarily bad. It wasn't a horrible experience sometimes. And that's also the case because, we as an addict have to realize the magnitude of what we do. And yeah, sometimes it isn't destructive. Mine was personally very destructive, and I'm still trying to get my wife to do a video with me on what it was like when I was in my addictive phase. And when I was very heavily drinking, and what ended up happening around us. And it's very emotional. You can even tell with her it's very emotional. And so everybody out there, I mean, if you're struggling with addiction, you got to remember that it doesn't just affect you, and how many people around you that it really does affect, and how worthwhile it is to change your life and to get sober. The 12-step program is out there. AA is out there. NA is out there. There's tons of different, inpatient rehab. You can do outpatient rehab. There's so many different programs. And it's just finding those and finding the one that works best for you. It's sticking to it. You have to want it. You have to want it that bad that you'll change your life. I mean, for me, It was a complete life change, and it was a very difficult life change, but you know what? My wife stuck through with me to the end, and I can't thank her enough for it because it's made a huge difference, been able to change my life. So, to my wife, I want to personally thank her for standing by my side through everything that I put her through, because it wasn't easy, and I know that it wasn't. So if you're out there struggling, if you're out there battling addiction, you know what? You can do it, and you can change your life, and it can get beautiful again. Believe me, it can. It's one of the best things that I've ever been able to do for myself. And I'd be lying if I said that it still wasn't a struggle, and it still is. But you know what? It's worth that fight every single day. So if you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button yet, click the little like and subscribe button right there. Make sure you check out Paige's channel, subscribe to her channel, check out her other videos. It's about us supporting each other and bringing awareness, and we can do this, and we can make a difference in each other's lives. So thank you for watching this.